What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. Today, I want to talk about the Asian community. I guess more importantly, the American Asian community, on the local level, and the African American community relationships, and the overall global Asian and African relationship. Because I see that currently Asian people, right, who, because they supported white folks, they supported Donald Trump. Some of them did. No, some of them did. They didn't all really. They were kind of like in the middle, right? But for the most part, there were some things that they supported that they didn't realize was against them, right? And it was, and it hurt. It didn't really hurt us. It seemed like they were trying to hurt us, but in actuality, they thought they were going for something fair, and they just finding out. They're in the find out phase. They fucked around. Now they're finding out. And the thing is, after you find out, you got to do something about it. It's like, okay, I fucked around, right? I made the decision. I found out, now dealt with the consequences of those actions. They're currently dealing with that now. And I think what it is when we try to explain to them white supremacy and racism from an American perspective, they didn't understand it. And I understand they didn't understand it. And the only reason I understand that they didn't understand it is because I'm quite familiar with how Asian people operate in the Asian world, right? And I can see how the culture of Asians, and how they operate as a society, when you bring that mindset over to America, how it can be looked at a certain way, all right? But right now, Asian people want to unite with African Americans. They want to unite with African people globally. They now know, it seems like they now know, at least the useful portion, the people who are still paying attention, not the older folks. Older folks, a lot of them stuck in their ways. But now they're like, you know what? These white folks are not, these Europeans, they don't mean what they say. They are against us. They disenfranchise us. They've been hurting us. Now, you would think they would already know this, with history being what it is, right? But, I digress once again. Right? But it seems like they figured it out. Now, African Americans, we've been sitting back, quiet and silent, right? Kinda. Now, we ain't really been silent. We don't never really silent. We say we not out there, but we out there. Every time you turn on a damn protest, we be looking in the crowd like, where that black guy? We know there's always one or two black people in there that just don't know how to keep their motherfucking ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? But, so we still, even though we say we not trying to protest with y'all, we on vacation, some of our ass are still going out there. We can't help it. It's in our heart. It's just how we are, right? To fight against, what we deem as injustice or disenfranchisement, right? So now the Asian people are like, hey, we want to unite. And then you got some black folks, they're like, man, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. We were supposed to unite, during the election. Y'all ain't want to do that. Now that y'all getting affected, now y'all want to unite. Now, I understand that sentiment, right? Because African Americans been telling all you guys who are not white Anglo-Saxon Christian males that the only reason you have any semblance of success in this country is because African Americans had to do all the fighting on behalf, right? All the fighting. We shed all the blood. We did all the legwork, right? And you guys reaped the benefits. And by the time you came, after we'd had set the table for you guys thought that you guys were eating under your own power. You guys thought your success was based off you, but it wasn't. It was based off us, right? Us creating the environment to allow you to be able to thrive, utilizing your own skills in a society that sees your skills, right, in combination with your color and your race as a threat to them, right? So that's the part I think y'all missing, because, and one thing, the African American community who doesn't really know Asian people outside of going to the damn carryout and buying 4-piece chicken, fried rice, mumbo sauce, and getting a dry cleaner. Like, honestly, a lot of African Americans we only encounter Asians, in certain places of exchange, right? Therefore, acrimonious altercation does happen in those situations, because in places of exchange, African Americans, we require and expect customer service, and if we don't get that, it's going to be a fucking problem, right? And we do know, and what African Americans don't realize is customer service is not something that's prevalent outside of America. Asian people, you talk about customer service is not something that's just universal, all right? And that goes for most places. Like what you expect as an African American when you are doing business or being served by a person of another culture, You know, sometimes it can be skewed as disrespectful, and honestly, they're not being disrespectful. It's just culturally, America's different. Trust me, America's much different. But I think now that Asian people are finding out, as Africans, we have to at some point tap into our empathy and be like, you know what? All right, y'all found out, even though we fucking told you a million times. We've been telling you for about, let's see now, about 300 years, 300, especially y'all Chinese, the American Chinese. I'm not talking about Chinese that immigrated over here. I'm talking about you American Chinese been over here 200 years. I'm talking about you guys, right? Some of y'all been over here about as long as most of us. All right, but y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that recognition, right? But, you know, overall, you know, outside of us fighting, you know, versus the railroad, right? The only reason we were having conflict with each other is if there was a Chinese union trying to make sure that their Chinese citizens or their people got jobs, and an African American group making sure that African Americans got jobs, and they both have to get those jobs from that white man that's dangling those few jobs over our heads, while the Irish sitting over there wondering why them damn Chinese and them goddamn Africans getting the goddamn job, while the white Irish ain't getting the goddamn job. Hence the wars between the peasants, right? So outside of that, what problems do Asians and Africans really have? I mean, we don't have any historical how many African countries invaded Asia? Dropped nuclear bombs on Asia? Started opium wars in Asia? How many African countries and African empires throughout history has ever said, you know what? I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna destroy and kill and murder and rape all these Asian people for my own personal benefit? How many Africans done did that? Now I can say the same thing. How many Asian countries, how many Asian empires said, you know what? Let's go to Africa. They got all them resources. You know, let's go plunder and pillage them. How many Asian empires attacked, you know, Africa? We're not talking about the Arab, mixed mulatto, Arab Asians. We're talking about real Asians, all right? Not them mulattoes we call Arabs that we put in the Asian category. Because white people, they put all people that ain't white, any African in the Asian category. All y'all Indians, Arabs, Chinese, all y'all just Arab, y'all just Asian. Everything other than white, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we don't have problems. Asian people, for all intents and purposes, should be the best of friends. We should be the best allies. Like, legitimately, we've been trading Africans on a global scale in history. Africans and Asians have been doing great commercial business with each other for thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, through shipping lanes and trade routes and the Silk Road and various different third parties. Like, we've been doing business. We don't got no issues with each other. Culturally, our traditional African culture, not mired by white European influence, and traditional Asian cultures, not mired by white European influence, is very similar. Very, very similar. A lot of your indigenous populations of the countries that you Asian people reside in, y'all know y'all original people look like a light-skinned dude like me. And some of them darker. Y'all know that Asian people got phenotype. You look at an Asian person's face, especially them South Asians, right? So it really breaks our heart that you guys are racist. Like, black people like Asian people. We just don't like when you guys are racist. You take the racism out, we like you guys. We don't have no problem with you guys. We don't look at you guys as lesser. We think Asian people are cool. Black people think Asian men should be more prominent in Hollywood. They should get more representation. They should get proper representation as men, as warriors, right? Right? But we know how white people treat you guys in Hollywood and how they depict you guys. We know how white people make you guys the joke of every movie. How the only acceptable Asian man is one who's a comic relief. We know that. We don't agree with that. Matter of fact, black people are the ones who supported your heroes, your martial arts actors. We the one who supported Bruce Lee. We supported all your male actors that came over here to fight for proper representation of Asian men. We support that. We support Asian men getting a girl in the movie. And getting some too, not just being patted on the head like a goddamn, like he get put in the friend zone and shit. No, we support the Asian man getting it. You know what I'm talking about in that movie? You know what I'm saying? We just support that. We support Asian lead roles. When Marvel came out with that Asian character, black people supported that. We support that. We support you guys. It's just that you guys don't have the same relationship with us because y'all think differently. Now, for my African Americans, y'all gotta understand, Asian people, they come from a place in Asia, and when I say Asian, that means multiple different cultures, multiple different people groups who are in the category of Asian. All right, right? These people, especially y'all talk about school and stuff. These people come from an environment in Asia where, throughout history, the culture has been testing. Their whole culture is individualistic because each person got to fight for those finite jobs the government offer. For thousands of years, for China to be an example, the government has offered jobs, state-sponsored jobs, and ease of life. All you had to do is pass the test, and you got thousands of other people taking that damn test. So it behooves the Asian has always grown up to have to excel because they have been competing since goddamn preschool. All right, preschool, elementary school, grade school, all the way up. Their peers in their class are their competition. Everybody in that class is competition. Those tests are serious and have real dire consequences, right? And is dog eat dog in the testing world, and it's an epidemic in the Asian community, and they talk about it. So when those people come from those environments and they come here and they're not used to things, they're not used to being discriminated against because they're Chinese. They're used to being discriminated against because they're Han or because they're another ethnic group of Chinese, but not because they're Chinese. They're not used to racism. They don't know anything about racism in the educational system. They know about discrimination. They know about corruption. They got all that. But they don't know anything about the racism aspect. They didn't know that when they came to America, right, that the reason why there are programs that seemingly look like it's benefiting one racial group over the other is because they didn't realize how absolutely insatiably racist white people were, that we have a country where we need to put laws and programs in place in order to stop the natural habits of the white male from discriminating against black people and POCs in the greater context, right, in the institutions of education, of academia, right? So they thought that African Americans were getting a benefit because they was listening to white people. That white people say these people are getting into schools that they don't qualify for, you know, and they're not smart, and some smart white person should have took the job, right? So them white people told them Asians, right, when they immigrated over here, don't know the system, hey, those black people got all those programs and stuff, so they can, you know, get education, and so they can take our jobs and take our education. Some white man or some Asian man, right, because you guys are super smart, could have had that position. And them black people who are not as smart, obviously, they're stupid and dumb, and they shouldn't be there. And it's because of this program. Because the one white guy that had been pushing to get rid of the program that gave benefits to stop white supremacy from stopping super intelligent black people from excelling in academia, right? The one white guy couldn't do it, but he got that Asian to do it because he knew the Asian was coming from an environment to where it was dog eat dog in this scholastic arena, and they didn't have any concept of racism, of needing to have these different programs to stop white people from being naturally racist. The fact that white people got to create laws to stop them from being naturally racist, to stop their natural racism from affecting everybody else in a normal society, right? So Asian people fell for that. They fell for a hook, line, and sinker, right? And now they're suffering for it. And we tried to tell them, but they didn't get it because they didn't have a proper context, because they're coming from a place where it's totally different, right? But now I think they're picking it up, right? And I think they're picking it up more than what African Americans are picking up the fact that these Asians are coming from a place where they compete like that. You know what I'm saying? School is just different over there, right? So it makes it seem like the Asian is just is smarter. When in actuality, the Asian is being forced to compete in a blood sport of testing in order to get the job, right, that will take care and secure their life, because their entire life depends on it. That's how they come up. All right, so they're coming from that perspective. But other than that, we don't fight. Asian people, when it comes to the black community, they're always welcome and protected. Always. I can't say the same thing about black people when we go to their communities, but every time black people come to the black community, they're protected. We put batteries in their backs. We support them. Like, you Asian people need to realize that the people you've been disrespecting have been your biggest supporters and fans. We've been your biggest allies, supporters, and fans. Black and African people. We up the reason why, right, anime and martial arts movie is popular in America and made y'all so much money is because black people were supporting it. Black people were supporting it. We supported it. And we still support it. So y'all got to understand that you guys we've been having acrimonious altercations, right? Because of misunderstandings that was purposely programmed into us by the white man who needs Asians and Africans to fight. Do you realize how powerful we are together? First of all, African people, African Asians are the world. You guys are our cousins. We made you. All right, you part of us. Y'all African, but y'all Asian. You understand? Your whole group of people were birthed from us. We love y'all guys, for real. We love your food. We love your culture. We love all that shit. We just don't love the fact that you're unnecessarily, unreasonably racist for whatever reason, right? Get rid of that part and we're good, right? No need to continuously apologize for things that misunderstandings that happened in the past, because I'm sure there are people who are Asian, there are black people I don't like and I would never want to associate with, and I'm black. And there are Asian people that I'm sure you Asian people would never want to be around or associate with. There are pieces of shits in every race. We understand that, right? Right? And we have to take that in consideration and not clump each other up when members of our community do something to offend the other group, right? But, right now, African Americans are starting to poke their little head out the, we are still on vacation, but we know Monday's coming, right? And we're going to have to get back to work because we can't stay on vacation for long. And we're going to have to get allies. And I'm telling you, Asian people globally, listen, you want to destroy white supremacy? Asians and Africans need to unite. First, Asian people need to unite with other Asians. Because I know y'all hear African people say that y'all united and shit. We know, I know that's bullshit. You Asian people are just as divided as us African Americans, as African people globally, right? For the same reasons we are divided, right? So you guys in-house need to get y'all shits together, right? And organize yourselves and show love towards your Asian community. And don't discriminate on each other based off the complexions of your own skin. That's number one, right? Y'all got to get over the colorism within your own community. That's the only way you're going to have a positive black relationship with us, a positive relationship with black folks. You got to deal with your own colorism. Because in order to deal with us, you're going to have to deal with the fact that there are people in your community that look like us. You got to deal with the fact that I can point at an African American and you be looking at him like he half Asian. I can point to the fact that any Asian person looking at me automatically assume that I'm making this video because I'm half Asian. But I'm not. It's just that you guys look like us because you come from us. You guys are a sample of an African. The Hippocampus eyes belong to us. You need to be proud of that. Them African eyes. You got African eyes. Be proud of them African eyes you got. Them hippocampus. Your high cheekbones. Right? Y'all got them black African noses y'all still holding on to. Y'all don't think we see that shit. Especially you damn Taiwanese and you Cambodian. You Cambodian are more African than you are Han Chinese. Genetically, you Southeast Asians are more African than you are Han Chinese because that black African DNA is still running in you. Whether you deny it or not. Right? And I know a bleaching epidemic is... I know there's a bleaching epidemic in Asia because all you Asians ain't that white. Y'all hiding your true complexion. You're hiding your true selves. You're ashamed of your history because somehow white people made you ashamed to be Asian. Are you kidding me? Asians is the only other group that's cool as far as black folks are concerned. And since we are the standard of cool, you just got co-signed. Therefore, you are automatically cool because I said you cool. Because we black. That's just what it is. Asian people should not be ashamed of their culture. They should never look down on anything. I want to see a guy, listen, if a goddamn big, fat, 300 fucking pound sumo wrestler decide he was going to wear his goddamn sumo goddamn outfit in goddamn summertime, much respect. All right? That's his traditional clothing. And he about to go whoop somebody's ass or some shit. Hopefully that's what he's going to go do if he's wearing that. He shouldn't be just wearing that randomly, going to Walmart or some shit like that. But I'm just saying, I want to, if I see a Korean, all right, a Korean in their traditional goddamn outfits, their traditional Korean clothes, I love that shit. I want to see that. Be proud. Because that shit look nice. Because you better believe my black ass will wear a fucking African outfit in the whitest goddamn area, my chin way up. And I know I'm going to get nothing but compliments. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is be proud. Y'all Asians need to be proud of who you are. Number one, love yourself, embrace your own history, and stop being unnecessarily racist to black people because you will be your biggest supporters. And black people and Asian people united, we will take over the fucking world and create that Star Trek. It's gonna take African. It's gonna take us to do it. All right. White folks don't want to make Star Trek, but goddamn it, black folks and Asians, we can make Star Trek. All right. So anyway. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section about this topic. This Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Dear Asian people, please stop being so racist and anti-black all the time. When we seek white acceptance, we're being anti-black. You know what black people are saying about the whole H-Mart controversy? They're sitting this one out. They're eating popcorn and watching us because they're tired of helping us. Black people have been saying this shit for years. Everyone, including Asian people, have been appropriating black culture far longer and more insidiously than any other group. How are we going to expect black people to be in solidarity with us when we're still so anti-black and crave proximity to whiteness? Asians are where we are today because black and indigenous people fought for our civil rights, yet y'all still want to sit at the white people's table. Asians are still doing shit like feeding into the model minority myth, and a lot of y'all are still obsessed with chasing after wealth or prestige using the same systems that have exploited black people for generations. And just because you went to a good school, landed a corporate job, or assimilated into white culture doesn't mean you can become politically apathetic and throw under the bus all the black activists and organizers who have fought tirelessly so you can enjoy the rights that you have today. Asians, please stop being so complicit in white supremacy. It's embarrassing. If we want to advance Asian American rights, we have to fight against white supremacy alongside black and brown people.
Hundreds of people of all different races and ages laced up their sneakers and gathered at Union Square for the Black and Asian Solidarity 5K run and walk.
The point is not one community versus another. The point is that everybody versus racism.
Every month, the group running to protest leads a 5K run. This month's focus was on the shared experience between the Black and Asian community. The crowd so big, most people forced to walk. Organizers and runners say the two communities have a history of clashing in the past, but are brought together by their common struggle of being profiled because of their race.
When people attack each other or they speak negatively of each other, it's all based off of stereotypes that they've heard. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring an understanding to us as a people, right? Looking into our inner mirrors and finding out who we truly are.
I just wanted to come on here and speak to the Asian community. I'm like crying right now. I'm in my bonnet. Please do not mind me. I just wanted to say I have been seeing the news and seeing what's been going on right now in the Asian community. And I just want to say from the black community as a black woman that I love you guys and I support you in anything that you need right now. We actually understand each other more than I think that we've been taught to understand each other, and for the first time in a long time we're getting an opportunity to support each other, and you guys are getting an opportunity to use your voice, and I'm so happy for you. And I know it's hard to see it right now with everything that's going on, and you shouldn't be rushed, but I want you to know you're getting a chance to be free.
Outside of black people, Asian people have this best sense of humor. Hands down, Asian people have the best sense of humor. I find so many Asian comedians super hilarious. Super hilarious. It's like our humor and their humor is right on par. Like, right on par. I feel like we right here. I wish that Asian people would lock in with us real bad, because when it comes to like another POC group, I feel like that POC group right there, they like this with us. Unfortunately, not really East Asians. Fortunately, because they kind of like the white people of Asian people. And I swear to God, I heard this from other Asian people's mouth. But Asian people are so fucking hilarious. Like, they have the best sense of humor. I don't think there's no other group of people matching our sense of humor, like our sense of style, our sense of creativity than Asian people. They doing they big one. Like, we right here. Like, we really need to lock in. If Asian people and black people linked up, we would take over the world. Like, I swear to God, it'd be world domination.
Bingo, call me Mr. Get Down. Mr. Get Down, 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 Mr. Get Down.
I have to say, black culture is the most inviting culture on the planet. Or anyone wants to say no, it's not. We celebrate when other people come into our space. You're not really going to see a black cowboy and everyone's going to celebrate that, right? You know what happened with Beyonce. Those guys aren't looking at that Asian dude and going, oh my gosh, he's trying to be too try-hard, he shouldn't do that. Just think of the collaboration, the connectivity that's happening. Someone from an Asian culture, someone from a black culture, and they're sort of having a moment right there. That's the beauty of what we have in the world. So that's why racism needs to be called out, so we can have more of that interaction.
Preach again! Boycott diamonds and gold. Free Sudan. Boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.